any questions during this reading, definitely either you can send me a message in chat or Erin Shank is here. She is my assistant and she will be able to help you as well. So just type any comments that you have, any questions that you have, any tech issues you're having. Erin will be able to support you with that. So are you ready? Let's just go ahead and dive in. So first off, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. I know you could be doing a lot of things with your time, so I really appreciate you coming here and spending it with me. I'm Amber Annette. I'm a life and business psychic medium. I have been in the online coaching space for about 9 years now, serving women in business. And it has just been absolutely amazing to be able to use my gifts as a psychic medium for women in business. That is my gift. I mean, over the last 9 years, I have had the privilege of helping thousands of women. I first came into my gift in 2014, when my son was born. I started seeing spirit in my home. My father-in-law, who passed away, was very present in my home with with his grandson that I had just given birth to. And instead of being scared of it, and instead of being, I'm crazy, I must be schizophrenic, anything like that, I actually went to see a psychic, and she gave me a beautiful reading. And at the end of it, she said to me, do you have any questions? And I said, I do. Why does this keep happening to me? Like, why do I keep seeing things and hearing things? And she looked at me and she said, don't you understand? You're supposed to do what I do. And I kind of tilted my head and I said, out of my mouth, I said, oh yeah, I remember now. And in that moment, it was like a light switch. It was like, I mean, my gift came full on. Within a couple of days, I was doing readings for people I had never met before at my kitchen table, connecting them with their past loved ones, connecting them with messages and guidance and psychic insight. And within a couple months, I started doing group readings of like 50 plus people. And it has just been an amazing experience ever since. And one of the things that was really cool was really early on, I had a woman come to me to be connected with her father in spirit. And what ended up happening is during her session, I said, do you have business? And she said, I do. And for the next 2 hours, I proceeded to just channel creative ideas for her, marketing ideas, sales, things around her sales process, her mindset. It was amazing. And she left my office and she went and did all the things. And she called me about a month later and she was like, do you think I could have another one of those like business readings? Because I did what you told me to do. And I made $10,000 this month. And the most I've ever made in my business is $300. And I was hooked and she was hooked. And that was in 2014. And since then, I've been able to use my gift for women in business in just a variety of different ways. And that's what I want to do for you here today. So whether you are looking, and I think you'll start to see some really common things start emerging as women are brave and step forward and come into that psychic hot seat with me, which is there's 4 areas that just seem to be the biggest blocks that women in business have, especially gifted women, especially if you are a psychic, a healer, a guide, a spiritual coach, a tarot reader, or if you're just really kind of drawn to those areas, but you're not sure or like what area you're meant to step into. So, and that is these 4 areas, which is mindset, marketing, really understanding manifesting, what manifesting really is. And I say money, but money is also highly connected to sales. And so you'll start to see as people step forward today, and as I start doing these business readings, even though it might not be your direct message, you are going to have a notebook full of inspirational like ideas, actions you want to take, ideas you want to try. And it's going to commonly be around those 4 areas. So you are welcome to raise your little Zoom hand if you're like, hell yes, put me in, coach, like sign me up. I definitely want you to call on me today. Please put that hand up. That definitely lets me know that I have that invitation from you. It always feels so good to see that. So please raise your hand if you want to step into that. And then I think there's just a couple intentions. I always like to set intentions at the beginning. And, the biggest things that I have for you is I really truly want to ignite a bigger flame for the passion that you have for your business. It takes a lot to be brave and to be an entrepreneur and to step into your gifts and to ask other people to work with you. And so I really want to hold that space for you today and really ignite that flame of passion for you and your business. The last couple of years, women have been in a really funky place with their business. And so I hope after today, you just have a reinvigorated spirit around being an entrepreneur. And then the other intention that I have is that if you are here and you are not feeling certain about your direction, your path, your gifts, what you're really meant to be doing, I want to activate that for you. I want you to know, in the same way I was activated in that very first reading that I ever had, I want this reading for you to be activating as well. And some of you might have that activation come in a couple different ways. It might come in what I call truth bumps. So anybody feel that already? Just get the little yeah, yeah, you're gonna feel it in truth bumps. Some of you might get it in tears, and some of you might get it in what I call triggers. And that's okay. There's no right or wrong way to feel what you feel inside of this space. Just know I'm holding that for you, and I'm activating that in you. Because the truth of it is, ladies, is we need more women like you out doing good in this world. We need more women like you that are bringing their gifts to the world, because our world needs your healing. It needs your guidance. It needs your wisdom. It needs your intuition. And it needs you to be activating other people as well. So we're going to do that today. Feel good? Also, please know, every single thing that comes to me and through me for you is coming from the highest frequency that I have freaking access to today. I am already, I'm yes, I'm at such a great physical vibration, high spiritual energy. And just know, I'm a tough coach. I want it for you. So I'm going to call you up today. So if it feels like I'm giving you a little bit of tough love, it's because I am. And it's just because I see you at your highest potential. And I'm going to give you everything I got inside of me to get you there. So saying that with love. You guys ready? Yeah, let's do this. All right. So I'm just going to kind of start. I was right off the bat drawn to somebody. Where is her name? Started with an N. Did she? Oh, Natalia, and you don't even have your hand up, but I'm going to call on you because I was I felt like I needed to connect with you. Is that cool? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to unmute you. Step forward. Hello, gorgeous. How are you? We can't hear you yet. I can't hear you. Can you hear?
Sorry.
Hello. There you go. Hi. Hello. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I'm in Australia. It's 3 a.m. and so I'm half asleep.
You stayed up until 3 a.m. for this? Please tell me
I just woke up randomly and then I remembered, so I stumbled into this.
Nothing about this was random at all. Nice to meet you, my love. Tell me a little bit about your business and let me see what I can start connecting into.
Okay, sure. For over a decade, I've been doing, I'm getting the tingles already. I do, well, I do intuitive work, and I'm an energy healer as well. I trained as an angel intuitive years and years ago, so I work a lot with the angels, giving readings and healings. But my major big passion that I've been working on is online courses for spiritual development. So I just recently launched my academy, and I've been holding within myself for a lot of years, so many courses, not just one, I have a whole, I literally have an academy within me. And it was driving me crazy for years. I get migraines a lot and that sets me back. So then I get frustrated because I can't do and get out as much as I want to and all the information that I have. But I did manage to, so far I have my first course out. So I just have to keep trotting along, but it does get overwhelming between the information and time and being able, and it seems to just take so long. So but so yeah, that's where I'm at, and that's my big passion thing. So wanting to do more of that and just attract more people and more.
Okay, so a couple things that started coming in for me. Number one, is I am not a medical intuitive by any means. I am not a doctor, although I sometimes think psychics are just as good, not gonna lie. But something interesting showed up when you said when you said migraine, I had like this overwhelming feeling that there's something wrong with your gallbladder or it needs to be like cleansed or detoxed, or I feel like your migraines are connected to your gallbladder for some reason. So again, do not take that as medical advice or
Don't worry,
anything like that.
I know how it works. It's all good.
But at the same time, I feel like I can't not like tell you, like, I mean, it was like a big sludgy like feeling inside of there. So take that for
Yeah.
what it's worth. The
Yes.
second thing is that I'm hearing there is, I don't know if you're sitting there wondering like, why am I not getting more enrollments or where are my people?
Yes.
The problem is not your gift, it's not your program. I feel like you're way behind the scenes too much in like the creation process and not being forward enough in visibility from a visibility standpoint or in your sales enough. You're just not selling enough. There's something that is keeping you from asking people to invest in working with you. And I just got like total covered. Like this, when you fully own your worth and you see like you've been at this a long time, this content, you've been holding on to it so long that it almost feels like you're already even maybe past the content that you're like selling right now and the course that you're selling, like you're already past it, but you hold on
Yes.
to it so long before you finally go to like put it out there. And then there's like this letdown and then you hold back again. I also feel like um, there's definitely a guide to the left of you, which for me comes in from like a feminine energy. So is there like a past loved one? Is this your mom that has crossed over or a grandmother that you were quite close with?
Not mum, so possibly grandmother. But
But your
no
mom's
one that
mom,
I
is that
work
correct?
with that I know of.
Is that your mom's mom?
Yes.
Yes,
Well, both are. Yeah.
both have crossed, but this is for
Yes.
sure your mom's mom. And
Joe.
I feel like your intuitive gifts, I don't know if you know this or not, but they come from her. In
Okay.
fact, I feel like she was like a closet witch, is what she's telling me. Do you remember her playing cards a lot? Do you remember
Yes, I think
anything
she
like
did.
that?
Yeah. Those kind of solitaire
Okay,
games. Yeah.
no, it wasn't
Yeah.
though. She had to like, she's telling me she had to like secretly use regular cards the way that people could like, she wanted tarot cards, but she learned to use actual deck of cards to give herself like signs, whether she should do something, whether she shouldn't. She was incredibly gifted and your gifts come from her. I don't think that you're like, no offense to your mom, but it feels like maybe that skipped your mom and came to you. It feels like maybe your mom was a little bit more closed off or something along those lines. But so I feel her energy around you, and she wants you to do the things that she did not do. Loud and clear. I get it. And so I want you to be visible. I want you to own your worth and own the value of the work that you are putting into this world. It's powerful, it's needed. Don't sit so long.
Yeah, I get that message a lot too. But because of the migraines, it's really hard. So yeah, so it sets me back a lot, and then I'm not really sort of camera ready at all.
Can I ask you a question? Have you ever tracked when these migraines hit?
Yeah, I've done that. Like it's been a long time, like 30 years. And sometimes, like last month, I had 16 days of migraines in the month.
Oh
So
my
it is a
goodness.
big setback, but it could be 8 to 12 days roughly, but it's all over the, yeah. Sometimes I'll get a cluster of them quite a lot. So,
Yeah, I can see where that can be difficult.
yeah, so
So,
that's, yeah,
all the more reason, like when you can, when your energy, like I work with the elements a lot. And when I'm in my, like, what I call my air week, which is when my like creativity is at its peak, my ideas are like on fire, my divine downloads are
yeah,
coming in, those weeks are when I batch as much content as I can because I'm at like my highest level. So if you can really start to batch that, it doesn't mean you have to put it all out in that day, but then those times that you are having like migraines, you're experiencing that, you have content ready to go. Okay.
Yeah, I definitely have that intention as well. So
Yeah.
when I've got my makeup on and I've got a client, or when I'm having one of those days, yeah, I try to
Yeah.
go for it, but you have to be really organized for that.
Or just highly connected to the energy that you're in. I am
Yes.
like, to be very honest, I am probably one of the most disorganized people that you will find, but it's my form of organization. I know inside of my like stack of papers and notebooks where my thing is. I know inside of my like Google Docs of like 73 million documents where that keyword is for the thing that I need to find. Don't be hard on yourself about having the form of organization that you have. It can also be your strength. Feel good?
Okay. Yeah. I know when I get those feelings, and then it all just comes out anyway. It's pretty much channeled out
Yeah.
naturally.
Yeah. Like just
Yeah.
harness it, take it and
Mhm.
run with it, batch as much of it as you can. And then when your migraine comes, you don't have to feel guilty either about shit, here's another migraine. Now I'm down again. Now I can't. You
Yeah.
don't have to beat yourself up for it. You can rest. You're meant to rest during those migraines. And what if you started to position them to think of them as like divine downloads? Maybe that's your like iOS, like that's your just iOS update. Think of it that way too. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's see, Erica. And is it Erica Antoinetti?
Yes, Antonetti.
Well, isn't Antoinette? That's just a sexy, beautiful name. Hello, how are you?
I'm good.
So tell me and tell everybody here just a little bit about your business and maybe what you would like some insight on.
So currently I am a hypnotherapist and coach. I was working as a medium and I pivoted and really, yeah, I got into conflict about my spiritual abilities. And so I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way to serve. Like, I'm looking at my niche and I am considered like an expert in grief recovery, but I'm just not sure which way to go with it. And even if I don't know if necessarily that needs to be my niche or if it's relationships, I'm just not really sure.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
It feels to me like you made the shift from being a medium to the hypnotherapy because it seems like a more practical business approach that you can make money from. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Can I tell you something with so much love?
Mm-hmm.
I have made almost $3 million in my business from being a medium.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you that are psychics, that are healers, intuitives, guides, coaches, spiritual advisors, your gift is what is going to make you the money. It is your gift of being a medium. It is something that probably 99.9% of the planet is not willing to acknowledge that they can access, which is connection to the other side. And you have that and openly have that gift, Erica. And when you can learn to like fully own it and not give a shit about what other people think, it feels like that's kind of a block for you around people thinking you're crazy or, I get it. Believe me, I get it. I went from being a highly successful, like financial, like corporate consultant inside of banks and credit unions to a psychic coach. Like, I get it. I really do. But I feel the calling is calling you back to really owning that gift and using it more for the clients that you have. Like, I feel like you're not even telling people anymore that you have that. It's almost like a secret. Is that true?
Yeah, I don't enjoy it as much anymore. Yeah.
Is it because of the heaviness that can come with the messages? Or is it the people that you're channeling for?
No, I don't, I don't know. I just, my interest went more into the realm of psychology. I felt like it was more helpful, like the service, it's like, it's one thing if you're coming to me and you want to know, does consciousness still exist after we leave the body? I can do that for you. But a lot of my people are coming because they're trying to recover from grief. And what would happen is, okay, I have this evidence or proof that my loved one is still, acknowledging my life and connected to me, but they're still walking out of the door missing and longing and not recovered from like the trauma and the loss. And so that's kind of where I shifted.
Do you think that your program could shift so that when you work with somebody, let's say it's like a 6-month container where you take them from, I don't know, I'm just going to say from heartbroken to healed, right? Mm-hmm. And as part of your signature proprietary process, you're going to use hypnotherapy, but you're also going to be able to like deliver messages that sometimes are the thing that could be that final step on that bridge.
Yeah, I think what for me, like
a hybrid.
Yeah. Because
hybrid.
Yeah, where my gift is like I can see like things that they can't see. So I think I'm able to drill down a lot deeper and quicker, like I can go right to the issue. Yeah. And so it's that thing that's kind of, it's their shadow. They can't see it, So I can work with that. And then I feel like I'm always sort of channeling in the sessions. Like, for instance, I had one client who I wanted her to experience her loved one, like rather than me witnessing your loved ones and loving, getting to know your loved ones, I want you to experience them as still alive. And so I would took her through a session and I could see her brother coming up over the hill. And I was like, notice his blue eyes sparkling, like, and she was like, oh my God, it was my brother, and had this like, this awakening, and this relief. But so I was sort of facilitating their own mediumship experience through the hypnosis, I guess you could say.
Are you ready? Can you claim that spiritual hypnosis? I've never heard of somebody like connecting you to your past loved ones during spiritual hypnosis. You will be book solid.
Okay.
If you can truly connect people in that way, in the way that you see them in the afterlife, and then connect them there in that space of hypnosis, that's a really beautiful bridge. Yeah. And I really feel that from the universe for you. Like, as much as you probably don't want to go back to the traditional like readings, right? Let's find a way to hybrid this and have you get to love how you are serving and be paid well for what you're like, the way that you're going to sell that and position that.
Yeah.
The other thing that I'm seeing that can come from that is a really cool fucking book. Like those stories.
Yeah.
Erica, please. When I say, I know we just met, but I need you to trust me. I need you to trust me, and I need you to sell this package like this. Like, people need that in this world.
Okay.
Let's give you a moment of evidence here. How many people can you immediately go like, oh my gosh, that would absolutely like serve somebody I know, I would be interested, like, just so you can see a very quick round of hands here. That is something you can instantly go get into action with and sell and be in your gift.
Okay.
Does that feel good?
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Lizzie, hello.
Hello. I knew you were going to call on me because what you just
said. Of course you did.
I did, because I am going to be a certified hypnotist at the end of beginning of November. I'm sorry. But I've also written a book kind of tying into what you were just talking about, but using the power of imagination to heal. And I think for me, I'm I was sitting here wondering, is the world ready for that? You know, I've taken some like 30 hot topics, and I really have a core belief that we're one perspective shift from changing our lives. And I have these visions in my mind. I'm like, oh, the platform, the public speaking, the podcast, the book. And I just want to, for me, I don't know, maybe it's my inner child, but just reassurance and I'm on the right path. That's, you know, why I'm here. And here I am, the woman in business asking a question, which I feel like is giving that wobble, that doubt. Then, you know, and I don't want that. I want to be like on my path, like, you know, I have fire in my belly, ready to go.
I'm going to tell you something, and this is something I learned a long time ago when I started doing readings for people. I've worked with anywhere from people that literally had, you know, $150 in their bank account to multimillionaires. And the one thing, the common thing between probably, I'm going to say every single session I've ever done, somebody is really asking for my psychic insight. They want the validation.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. You're validating my need for validation.
Yeah. Like that's what we all want. I mean, we all want to know that we're going in the right direction. We all want to know that we're on the right path. And here's what I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell everybody in this call. The only sign and the only validation you ever need is the feeling you're feeling in this moment. That fire in your belly, the truth bumps on your skin, the like tears that well up in your eye, the passion that gets sparked when you get pissed off because you see somebody else have something that you want. All that is validation that it is for you too. You get to have that and more. You're going in the right path, and there's more beyond that path. I think way too often we put purpose and we put purpose on this pedestal. And the truth of it is we are here to do so many amazing things for this world. We're here to be like, some of us are here to be moms, some of us are here to be business owners, some of us are here to be wives. Like it doesn't, partners, whatever it is, like those purposes shift and expand and evolve as we are meant to shift, expand, and evolve. So yes, when a new evolution is upon us, we want that validation. It's normal to want that. It doesn't mean that you don't trust yourself. It doesn't mean that you're on the wrong path because you're asking the question. What you're really just saying is like, just give me a little bit of like, give me some emotion here to let me know it's going to work. You know you're going down the right path. You want to know it's going to work. You want to know you're going to make money. You want to know you're going to be sustained for bringing your gift to the world.
All the above. Yeah. And I, you know, and I think about that quite a bit. I mean, because it'll be like my coming out party, because I have, you know, I've done really streamlined work. I was a school principal, a master's in education. I did everything you're supposed to do, but now I'm ready to, I want to be, my desire to be an author. Want to do. Yeah, a published author. And I guess it is that validation is this something you see around me, like support, you know, I've played my cards close to my chest.
I feel for you the same thing I felt, I think it was for Natalia, which is the only thing that really feels like it's, I'm going to say like missing or could be stronger, is selling, is feeling so good about inviting people to work with you. And if you're here now, and hopefully if you can stay for the end of the call, I want you and Natalia and probably some of you others to watch me give an invitation on how I want to work with many of you in here, because there should be no shame in telling people the way that you can serve them, bring your gift to the world. And as women, we've been shamed a lot, especially around sales, not feeling good asking people to work with us, not feeling good about asking for money, not feeling good about asking people to make an investment, because they're not just making an investment in your services, Lizzie, they're making an investment in themselves and in their transformation.
Right. Yes. And I've done some reasons. I love wealth. The idea of all that. I've done so many things where I've done serious perspective shifts around lack and scarcity and having grown up in poverty. So I'm ready to be ready. You know, I kind of sometimes see like my family that has passed, like shaking their head, like, you know, you should be on the traditional path, union job, whatever, you know. And so I just, again, it's just that validation we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Feel good?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm excited to stay connected with you. Tammy Sparks. Although I'm a little nervous. You're driving. Don't look at
Hello.
me.
No, I'm actually right down the street from my house. So I'm actually going to pull into this neighborhood.
I'm going to put you on mute. When you get home, I'll come back to you. Okay?
Perfect.
I should have paid more attention that you were driving. Carmen Fisher. Hello, my love. How are you? Step forward. Unmute yourself, please.
Hello.
Hi. Tell us a little bit about you and your business, and let me see what I can tap into for you.
Well, I'm kind of at a crossroads, so that's why I thought I'd come on here and get a little bit
Perfect.
of direction. I have owned a yoga studio for the last 15 years, and I just sold it in June. Whole bunch of different reasons, COVID included. But also after 15 years, one more downward dog was going to make me barf, right? So I was like, I'm done with that. So,
And I'm complete.
yeah, so COVID kind of closed that door for me, so it was okay. Not that I don't still love it, it's just that much was enough. So I'm now kind of at this crossroads. I'm looking into doing some independent publishing, maybe do like,
Oh yes, I
write a
remember your
book.
email.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've also been a hypnotherapist since 2015. So I've also been doing a lot of that. I am all things energy. That's all I read about. Theta healing, like all of it. So I'm just kind of now wondering what's next, because I'm taking this time to just kind of settle and try to become inspired. And I'm really enjoying the pause, I think, after how many years of running a successful yoga business, that I am now kind of free and I feel good about it. And now I'm kind of wondering what's next. so yeah.
Yeah. I'm in the middle of writing a book, and one of the chapters is called The Purpose Pivot. And that's what you're experiencing right now. It's a pivot in your purpose. And it's part of that evolution that I was just talking to Lizzie about, right? Like 15 years, that is an amazing run. Congratulations. Like a lot of businesses don't last for 15 years. So the fact that you did that and were able to sell it and successfully like have a succession plan, Carmen, that's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I love that you're energized about what's next and you're curious. And I often find that those curiosities are what leads us to our next calling. And we do, just like I was saying, where we have multiple purposes, callings, whatever you want to call it. You have multiple callings. I believe that the reason you're being called to things like theta healing, sounds like Reiki, any of those like actual, have you ever looked at alchemical healing? I also think you would have a really nice connection to like healing with the elements, air, earth, fire, water.
Okay.
Especially like with yoga, I feel like there might be a tie in there for you. I love those things for you, but what I am really drawn towards is your love of like books. You're passionate of like, man, you have like, I just feel like you have this keen eye for good writing, and you're a good writer. Does that feel, no pun intended, like, does that feel right for you?
I think so. I've gotten hints throughout my life that that's probably what I should be doing. However, there is like this block that keeps me from doing it, of course, that vulnerability of putting stuff out there. But so I am
Guess what?
conscious of it and working on that for sure.
We all have blocks about something, sister, I promise you. So let's work through the first one, which is, I'm going to give you, sorry, I had to move my laptop here. I'm going to give you a very quick and dirty framework to go do instead of the traditional ones that most business coaches, consultants would give you.
Okay.
Go sell it first. Go sell it, put together an offer, a package. I would be more than happy to help you do that, and put together an offer that you can sell immediately. Then work on your marketing, and then work on your branding.
Okay.
Here's why I say this. I have watched incredibly gifted, talented, successful women start off thinking they need to have their brand perfected, their website done. Those things are absolutely important to have, but they're not the first thing that you have to have. What you do have to have is a genuine connection with someone. You have to know and believe and love yourself and your business and your gifts and your services so much, Carmen, that they equally feel that and want to work with you. That's why I say sell it first. I have watched women spend years working on the brand and the website and the package and what should be included and what they've spent all that time there and never actually even knowing if it's going to sell or if it's right for somebody. The best way to know about your gifts and your talents and your services is to go sell it. You don't have to call it a beta test, but you could call it a beta test or a founder's edition, something like that, where you can be in your gift immediately. You're going to learn way more about yourself, about what you do like, what you don't like, who you do want to work with, who you don't want to work with, than if you sat and tried to figure it all out ahead of time with a coach, a consultant, a guide, anything like that. Go put together an offer that feels good for you, that feels believable to you, and put people into it. It is the best way. It is the best way to validate everything that you're sensing and feeling versus just sitting and stewing on it.
Right. Okay. Like basically just take action. Just get out there and
Now,
do it.
today.
Today.
In fact, where is she? Lizzie, wasn't it Lizzie? Lizzie was like probably an ideal client. Erica was probably an ideal client. So this is the universe just showing you how close and accessible the women are that need you to be in that gift are to you.
Right.
This is just such a like, I would raise my hand. Like, I've been like on and off with a book for so long. Like, I bet there's other women in here who are like, yeah, me too. Let that be evidence that that's the direction for you.
Okay. Yeah.
So
That's
good.
exciting. Yeah, that feels really good. Thanks.
You're welcome. Jennifer McCarty, hello. Ooh.
Hello, how are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
I'm good, nervous, but good.
Oh, you're excited. You're not nervous. You're
Okay.
excited.
Yeah, you're right.
So tell me a little bit about you and your business.
Okay, so just based on everything I've heard you say so far, I could definitely tell you that I'm in a purpose pivot. I spent over a decade as a husband and wife real estate team and strictly did contracts. I wasn't showing properties or anything like that because I really like to be behind the scenes. And
not on my watch.
yeah. So COVID came, there's real estate took a turn, but my husband's still doing real estate full time. I, on the other hand, started to get this pull to do something different, and that's where I'm at now. But I'm in the process of learning Reiki, Akashic Records reading, sound healing, everything energy specific healing, and I want to then create my own business. But I guess
oh my gosh, like covered for you. Do you know that, like, I love that you spent your first half of your career like doing contracts, because the universe is telling me like this next half is helping people break their old soul contracts.
Fascinating, but that's very cool. Very cool.
I freaking love that. People are fascinated by, like, you might not realize that you have that gift yet because it feels like you're kind of newer to like learning some of these things. I feel like maybe in the best way, I feel like you're actually more advanced than some of the things that you're looking at, more than you know or give yourself like permission to feel into.
Well, what's happening is I thought that I was just going to have this obsession with tarot because I really I have like 75 tarot decks, and I've never done a real tarot reading in my life. But I just started collecting crystals and collecting tarot decks. And then I'm like, oh, when real estate, and I kind of told my husband, I'm out. I'm tapping out. being pulled somewhere else. And he supports me 100%, but I'm so, I started doing whatever, it's like this rabbit hole. You click on one
Yes.
thing and stuff that starts
Yes,
coming. So
definitely.
yeah, so that's how, like, and I still haven't taken a tarot class because now I've gotten like 3 certifications in like Akashic record readings. And then I just like 3 days
Can I
ago.
ask you a question?
Sure.
Have you done any readings, worked with anybody, sold any of your services yet?
No, but where I was trying to go was during the Akashic Records reading classes. I gave some readings to some friends and family.
Oh, okay.
And to tap back into what you were saying about like, might be more skilled at what I believe. But what was happening was they would I would open their records, they'd ask me a question, and all of a sudden, within a minute, I could get to literally the core of their problem, tell it to them.
Yeah.
They open my eyes and they're almost traumatized. And this now has happened on I would say 3 different readings where now I'm now traumatized about, do I want to keep doing this? Like, sure, we got to the root of their problem. And I was all excited, like, oh, we fixed that. There's your answer. And now they're like, what just happened to me? And almost to the point where they weren't even ready to receive, I guess, the answer, because it was just so, I don't know. Maybe I'm just attracting people who have some serious trauma stuff going on.
No.
Or
So I think
it's been weird. I didn't expect.
So here's what I would say. Number one, I'll never forget, like one of my very first readings, I had this woman in front of me and I was like, I see like a divorce is coming and you're gonna da da da. Like I literally had no psychic filter at all. I literally gave her everything that literally, this is probably one of my first like 6 readings, somewhere in there. And she sat there for like 2 hours. And the way that you can like, I am who I am. Like I say things with energy and I'm trying to put as positive of a spin on it as I can. She left there and she called me the next day and she was like, I'm just really disturbed that you said I'm going to get a divorce. Like, I can't believe you told me that. Like, I would never get a divorce. And I learned from that experience that there needs what I now call intuitive etiquette. The way that I deliver messages is very different when it's something that can be triggering, can stir up trauma. But I also believe it is our job to pull those pieces of contrast to the surface because they're asking to be healed, or the universe wouldn't give us insight and guidance around it. We wouldn't see it for them if we weren't meant to help them heal from it. Now, with that being said, some healing is not just going to happen in one session with you. And that's where, like, I think you get to decide, do I just want to pull this up for them and say, this is what the universe and your guides and angels, however you position it, Jennifer, they're asking you to work on, and then you pass it on to somebody that can help them actually do that work? Or is it something that you want to work on with them? That's when I realized, like, I didn't want to just do these like one-time readings. I wanted to work with these women long term. I wanted to oh my gosh, Carrie, one of my clients, she's been in a mastermind. We've been together like what, 2 years? At least 2 years? Yeah, like 2 years. Like, sometimes it's not just a one and done. You're meant to work with people on a longer term basis. Truly.
That makes sense. And I would definitely say, for what I have, each reading that I have done, it was a learning experience. And what I realized is in my classes, they're teaching me how to do the reading, but not teaching me how to deal with the aftermath of the reading. And now I'm like, okay, so I had to go back and reevaluate some things, specifically with, if I got the message, it's because you are ready on a level to actually heal it. But I wasn't explaining it like that in the beginning. And it is where I'm seeing they need more. It's layers. So yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Don't think that you have. Here's the other thing I'm going to say is, I have never taken one class on how to use cards. I take that back. I did take a tarot course, I guess, probably 5 years ago. I don't know, just because I was curious about tarot. nobody can certify you in your gifts, ladies. Nobody can certify you in your gifts. And as much as I love what programs and certifications and things like that can do, I also don't want to see anybody here or under my watch ever feel like they have to have a certification before they can access a gift or a talent or ability within them. And so don't go down those rabbit holes of I need this and I need this and I need this certification, I need that certification. No, you don't, my love. You need to trust your intuition and certify yourself in your gifts, period. Feel good?
Yeah, fantastic.
I'm so happy that we connected. Let's see, Teresa Lynn. Hello, gorgeous. How are you? Step forward, please.
I had a feeling you were going to call on me because you're saying don't get so caught up on all the certifications. And that's where I'm at. I'm going to be 45 in like a couple months.
Happy
And
birthday.
thank you. I've been a stay-at-home mom now for the past almost 5 years to a daughter who has special needs. You'll probably see her pop in and out every once in a while.
So,
And I've just kind of been stuck. I've been having a lot of mental health issues that I've been dealing with. And so I've had to stay at home, take care of her, take care of myself and my mental health. And medication wasn't working for me. So I really tapped into my spirituality and I started meditating, things like that. And then recently, probably about 6 months ago, I ended up having a psychic reading and she said, why are you not using your gifts? And I'm like, what gifts? I have so many people in my family with gifts. It's generational. I'm like, but I don't have any. And she's like, yes, you do. You know that you do. You just don't trust it. And so I've had these gifts. I've received messages. I didn't realize I was actually receiving messages. My dad has been trying to communicate with me. He passed away in 2016. I thought I was crazy. I thought it was my mental health. And I was like, oh, okay, that's what it is. So she said, you can do what I'm doing. You could do Reiki. You can, whatever it is that you want to do, you'll have those abilities. So I went down that certification rabbit hole and I'm now a spiritual advisor, certified spiritual coach, certified chakra healer. I'm now a Reiki 2 practitioner.
but did they help you get clients? Oh, we lost you. Hold on a second. We lost your audio, Teresa, for some reason. Is it me? Can you guys hear me?
I hear you.
Oh, now we can hear you. You like cut out for a minute.
Spirit didn't want us to talk.
So I think, so what I'm hearing in that is with all of those certifications, with all of those things, have you had any paying clients yet or consistent paying clients?
Not yet.
And that's the thing that I want for you and that I want for each of you that are inside of this container here today. Because you're not meant to be broke, doing this work for free, scrambling, hustling. That is not how you are meant to be, like receiving from the gift that you're bringing to the world. And so that's where I talk about like there's like kind of like those 4 areas. And if you remember, one of the areas that I said is like money. And this, when you are bringing these gifts to the world, you get to put a beautiful price tag on those gifts. And a lot of times what then happens is, but our mindset says, but I don't have the certifications and I don't know how. And I'm going to tell you, the first couple readings that I did completely for free because I wanted to understand the gift. I wanted to see almost like, is this real? Can I actually do this? And so I started doing readings for people. And after a couple of sessions, I was like, I cannot sit here and give hours of my time, hours of my energy for like nothing in exchange, nothing in return. Like that doesn't feel good. And I was like, well, maybe I'll just tell them like they can gift me something, you know, they can give a gift of gratitude. If they want to tip me, something along those lines, fabulous. And so I did that a couple of times and I'll never forget, like I gave this woman a like beautiful 2-hour reading and her tip to me was literally like a gift bag full of like, you could tell she like used to be a Mary Kay consultant and like emptied all of her like extra Mary Kay consultant stuff inside of a gift bag for me. And I was like, and I'm done with gifts of gratuity. I'm going to now start charging $60 an hour. And so I gradually got myself to where now I charge $1,000 for a reading. And I don't even have like a space open for a reading. Like I'm book solid. So I say that to you, Teresa, to inspire you that, and anybody else who is not charging what you actually want to be charging for your services, it has to come from within you. You can't look at other people's websites, at other people's services, at what other people are charging and say, I'm going to charge that. Your worth comes from within. The price tag that you put on your gifts, you have to believe it. You have to feel it. You have to own it and know it and not show any shame in that and not feel any guilt for it. I never feel guilty for putting a price tag on bringing my gifts to this world. I don't. And I want that for each of you as well.
Thank you. I'll definitely.
Yeah.
I know I'll end up feeling it, what it's supposed to be. So I'm so new to this. So I've only done like one actual mediumship reading that went really well with a friend who I hadn't spoken with in years. And I ended up receiving a message for her and she's like, you need to charge for this. And I was like, yeah, I think I will. And then I think I'm just like not sure what direction I'm really supposed to, head towards. And so
instead of waiting for the direction, pick one of the gifts. So if you did and this is for you and for anybody here, if you're not sure, just take a step towards it and you will instantly know if it's the right direction, the right path, the right way or not. You're going to instantly know by the way that you feel.
Okay.
If it energizes you, it's for you. If it doesn't energize you, if it drains you and depletes you, it's probably not for you. We like to overcomplicate what purpose is and what we're meant to be doing in the moment. We want it to be this like big, beautiful, bold, booming voice from the sky that's like, Teresa, this is the thing. Because again, we put purpose on a pedestal. And I'm telling you, when you just step into the gift and you try it and you put it out there, you will instantly know if you want to do it again or if you don't want to do it again. What will show up also is a fear. And all fears are blocks. All fears are limiting beliefs. And when those show up, we work on those too. We work on that as well.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. I want to pause. I'm going to come in back and do a couple. I want to look at these messages here. Okay, so people are saying truth bombs. Gift said no more courses. Yeah, no more courses, no more certifications. Well, with the exception of maybe one more program, which I want to just take a quick second to talk to you about, and then I'm going to come back into the reading. So I am opening the doors to a signature program that I run called the Spiritual Business Blueprints. And I have had the doors to this program closed for a couple of years. And yet the universe has shown me that right now, there are so many women just like you that are looking to start up or spark back up their spiritual business. They're looking to step into their gifts. They're ready to bring them to the world. They're ready to be paid for bringing those gifts to the world. And so my invitation to you is to come and join me inside of this program. So there is my assistant, Erin, is going to be dropping a link for you here. And there's really 3 core components to the program, which is number 1, there's going to be these exquisite and exceptional 5 live coaching calls where it's very much like this, except it's specific to the women that are inside of the program. And we're going to be covering over and over and over again those 4 core things: money, mindset, marketing, and manifesting. In addition to those 4 live psychic coaching sessions with me, I have I didn't even get to put it on the sales page yet because we just finalized it. But one of my clients is a lawyer and she specializes in trademarks and LLCs and should you incorporate. Her name is Erica Allen, and she's going to be doing a super juicy bonus for us for a call where she usually charges like $500 just for a consultation. And for anybody who registers for the program, she's going to come and answer all your questions about the legalities for financial success. So it is, I'm very excited to have that in there because that's a lot of questions, especially when you're just starting up. Should I be an LLC? Should I not? How do I structure my business? How do I protect my purpose? You put a lot of time and energy into your business. So, and then there's 12 core business building units that have a variety of different path calls, guidance worksheets, meditations. It is a jam-packed experience full of anything that you would need from content and courses. And then the third component is the community. There is a large group of women that are already in this program that are on a similar journey as you. They're growing their businesses. They're stepping into their gifts. They're wondering how to charge. They're wondering what to sell. They're wondering what gifts they should bring to the world first. So I would love for you to take a look at that. This is for, again, this is really looking for those like newer startup women in business. If you're a little bit more further advanced, you want more help with designing a different type of business model for yourself. You want more of that one-on-one. You want to maybe learn about other ways that I can serve you. Erin's also going to drop a link where you can hop on a call with me and we can discover if maybe my mastermind is better for you, private coaching is better. But I'm also would love for you to take a look at the Spiritual Business Blueprints. And it's like a ridiculous, amazing no-brainer price right now. So if you do pay in full, it's $1,000 and well, $999, and you get a private coaching session with me. Otherwise, there's 2 different payment options, which is 3 payments of $333 or 12 pay of $99, and you get instant access to the program. And all of our calls are set right now for November. I think it's every Tuesday in November. And those calls are very similar to kind of what you're experiencing here, a little bit more intensive with the strategy, the actual how-tos, and I'm going to say like some loving accountability to getting into action and taking the action, because that's what is missing 99% of the time. The intention is there, but the action is not. And that is my role. And that is my gift, is to help you be in your gift. So, so many of you I've loved the connection with already and would love to work with you deeper. So any questions, please pop those in the chat or to Erin. And I'm going to do a couple more readings here. I just want to tap in. I'm actually going to call in Carrie. Step forward, gorgeous. How are you? Yeah, you.
Hi, Amber.
Hello. What do you need some support on today, my love?
I know you know me. Do you want me to just introduce myself for everybody real quick?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, please.
All right. Hi, ladies. My name is Carrie Roseman. I am a portrait photographer and coach for photographers and creatives. I coach on posing and pricing. I am the pose queen. That's pretty much, I've been doing this for 18 years. So
yeah, if anybody, let me give an example of Carrie's work. Hold on. That's Carrie's work. If you see my picture now, yeah, she makes you look like a business goddess.
Forbes cover, here we come.
Yes.
I don't really know if I have a specific question. I've gone through, a lot this year and getting clarity on what I want out of both sides of my business. And I am kind of coming out of a burnout phase, which I am instilling the steps to not experience again, because I've experienced burnout before. I guess like you were touching on earlier, I just want to know that it's all going to work out and be okay now that I have all the clarity around the clarity and focus, because I'm somebody who's
that was the word that was coming to me for you, is focus.
Yeah.
The laser focus on all of the, okay, so there's a couple different things. So number one, all the ideas that are coming to you, they are magic and you are meant to bring them to the world, but you're not meant to bring them to the world all at the same time.
That's what the problem has been, is like, let's do this and this and this.
So
it's too much.
I'm telling you, the best thing when you are multi-passionate and have like that multi-ideation coming in like that, all those divine downloads, the best thing that you can do is take a look. I'm telling you, I need to like talk more about this process because it changed it changed the way that I do business now. It used to be like that. I had so many. And what I started doing was taking them, it's the idea incubator, where you take the idea and you look at a bit, like I don't have them here since I just moved into this house, but I put the idea on a post-it note and then I put it on the month that I'm going to work with the idea. And the energy and the intention is that that idea is sitting in the incubator until it's time to work with it. So it's building momentum, it's building energy. I'm getting excited about it. And if I don't, it's telling me it's okay. And the idea can go to the idea graveyard. But if you find yourself really looking like, gosh, I just want to go work on that thing, I just want to go work on that thing, that's calling to you for a reason. You have to trust that. But to work on, I mean, think about it. If you have 5 different ideas and you're trying to do all of them and you're trying to do all these different collaborations and you're trying to do this and your energy is spread too thin to get the maximum amount of results that you truly want, right? So that is going to, if you, and you have access to it, have you ever watched the Idea Incubator training that I did?
Mm-mm.
It's inside of what you have access to.
Inside of the vault.
Erin,
Okay.
yeah, Erin, can you get that for her? I promise you, take the 20 minutes, watch it,
Okay.
and definitely it will change the way that you take your idea and start to actually execute and take action on it.
Yeah.
The other thing this is for you and for everybody, is I really want you to pay attention to the difference between a divine download and a knowing and an idea. And what I mean by that is pay attention to the energy you are in when you are attracting ideas. If you are in a place where you are scrambling, need money, said with love, Carrie, but burnt out, the ideas that you're getting in that moment might match that energy and not the highest frequency that you want to be when you're receiving it. Really pay attention to what you're thinking and feeling when new ideas come in. That matters. The energy you're in matters. When you are feeling good, when you are that's why I when I'm taking a shower, I will never down an idea I get in the shower. You know why? It's one of my favorite things to do ever. I love being in the shower. I love how I'm always cold, so it's always warm. It always smells good. It's just my time. Nobody's messing with me or knocking on my door. I love my shower time. So my frequency is high. So the ideas that I get, sorry, I'm losing my voice there. Hold on a second. The ideas I get in the shower, I trust. You have to get to a place where you trust your ideas and you trust the universe for bringing you that idea. And then you take action on it.
What's
not all at once?
The different that's the key. Yes.
What's the what?
If any of you study human design, I'm a manifestor, so the ideas are constant, and it's just I want to take action on everything. So that has been actually a big lesson this year. But I wanted to ask the difference between the divine download and the idea. Can you just clarify that?
When I get an idea, it's oh, that's good. That's it kind of feels it feels like it's very much in my head. It feels like it's very much in my mind. It feels very creative. When I get a divine download, it is a very slow and maybe not everybody feels this way, but I think a lot of people it kind of comes in and goes down and through me. And it is a wave of knowing that is meant for me. I take a moment of pause. I get super present with it and fully acknowledge and feel it. It is and those divine downloads tend to be things that are probably packages, program ideas, longer term, the one that I had most recently was called Gifted. I was just sitting doing something and upstairs, and this wave kind of came over me, and I was I need to run a program called Gifted, and it's and it just kind of all, I don't want to give too much away because it's coming soon, but it was just this beautiful, just knowing. And then I started what does this want to become? I love spending time with my ideas. I love here's an example right next to me. I love like drawing and like doodling things as I'm dreaming of the idea. And then as I'm doing those things, I keep a notebook right next to me where I can like jam out the actual practical, tactical sides of what that idea needs to be brought to the world. And then I also message Aaron.
I think part of the
Does that help?
yeah, the just knowing that what I'm excited and energized by for my ideas is going to work, like just being in that
Yeah.
energy and knowing gives me, you know,
I want to talk about this because there was a couple other people that said the same thing. Like, I want to know this is going to work. And what that tells me is, in a good way, not in a bad way, you're really attached to the outcome going a specific way, right? And so for example, today I made this invitation for the Spiritual Business Blueprints. Now I have the best of intentions of welcoming a certain amount of women into that container, making a certain amount of money this month. I have a certain income goal, but guess what? I am completely unattached to the way that that happens. Whether that's because somebody decides to work with me privately from here, people come into mastermind with us, what people buy the actual program, do readings, it doesn't make it really, honestly, I trust that the universe is going to have the right women step into the right container if it's the right time.
mhm.
There have been so many times where I have like had a group program or something along those lines or a mastermind, and I say, okay, here's the deal, universe. I'm going to open up the doors of this thing and I want 8 women. And the universe is like, sees things that I just could not see. Like maybe I wasn't at an energetic capacity where I could actually handle that. And when you can get to this place with your business and with the universe where you know the universe knows what it's doing, you know, maybe it kept you from having more clients in the last couple months because it knew you were like at a point of burnout. Maybe like there were a couple of times where I was like, thank goodness I didn't have 50 people step into that, because I really was only at a place where I was able to serve 25. So sometimes we set the goals for the amount of people or the amount of like spots, and that might just not always be the best thing versus what is it that the end desire that you really have? Is it a certain amount of money? Is it a certain, you know, like just getting to that end desire and being unattached to the way that that desire fully manifests for you. Let that be up to the universe. Let the universe take the wheel on that one.
Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty much on that path though. I feel a lot less attached than I used to.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you for stepping forward. Let's see, Melissa Honeybee. Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. Wow, thank you for choosing me. A lot of good stuff that you've said today. I'm just stepping out into a business. I had a business before. I was doing spiritual coaching and Reiki and all kinds of healing work with people. And then I went back into my education, and I've done really well running a kitchen, and I'm done with that. And now I want to get back into helping people heal and to really just become whole within themselves. And so I've learned how to do Akashic record readings, which we talked about with another lady there earlier. But there's this thing about shadow work that seems to keep coming up, and I'm wanting to step into that. And I don't know if it excites me, but again, like the problem I've had before working with people is to kind of get them to stay on focus with their healing, because I know it can be hard. So that's where I'm at. And I'm just kind of wondering, should I be doing this work like online, or do I go out into my community first and try to partner with people in my community and offer readings, or what would be the best way to start this up?
So the first thing that I'm drawn to is what feels like a past experience with your past business that I want to help you like let go of, or maybe you've already done some work around this, but I often, I mean, it's like post-traumatic marketing disorder. I feel like you tried, I mean, that's like a real thing. Like, honestly, like I say it to women all the time, like post-traumatic marketing disorder, post-traumatic sales disorder. It is a thing for women in business. I don't know if she's still here. Who is it that Kimberly, you're funny. It was one of the, was it Erica? I think it was Erica who was the medium and then switched over. Like I felt that around her as well. It is a real thing. It is a real experience. And a lot of times we've tried to do the things, we put ourselves out there and we're scared to do it. We're scared we might get criticized or we might, have people banter us or come after us. And instead it's the opposite. We get crickets. And when you are putting yourself out there and you get crickets, there is nothing worse than that.
Mm.
And so I really want to make sure that that's not going to happen this time. That's like, it's really important. The universe really wants you to know. So I don't know if that was what happened before or why you ended up like switching. Is that true?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. That's
Absolutely.
not going to happen this time. There is something powerful about, I would really invite you to think about doing a group or a mastermind. It feels like the shadow sisterhood, something along those lines, where these are women that know they're going to come together and they're going to do some deeper work,
Mhm.
but they're not alone in doing that deeper work. That feels really freaking amazing for you.
Okay.
Definitely would love to help you put that together. It's very clear, like it's needed. You can't get
Mhm.
to the light without going through the dark.
That's right. Yeah. And
I
that's
think that was from Lord of the Rings.
that's
That
where I
was
have
not me.
yeah.
Just so everybody knows, that was like Frodo. That wasn't me.
Yeah, that makes sense. Mhm. Okay.
Well, ladies, I'm going to wrap up here only because it's already 12:15. I was hoping we would go for a while, but I want to be respectful of everybody's time. And I just want to thank you each for, I hope that you each walk away with some type of inspiration, activation, excitement, passion towards getting into business. You had some insight, you had an aha moment, you had some truth bumps. And I would love the opportunity to get to know you and your business more, whether that's through the Spiritual Business Blueprints program, which I would love to welcome you into, or if you want to know about different ways that I can support your business and your goals, definitely you can book a private call with me and we can just kind of discover if that is the best fit as well. If not, stay connected with me, stay in my community, open my emails and let that activation continue to happen, that inspiration continue to happen. And more than anything, I just want you to go be in your gift and bring it to the world. The world needs your magic. So thank you so much for being here. I look forward to connecting with you on so many different levels and cannot wait to see you again. Thank you so much, guys.